wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
I have a question. Yes, you, sir, in the back. So we all know about the Karen and the Philly Karen in baseball and all that. She's a despicable, horrible human being. She epitomizes the meme and the trope going around. Though it's not so much a meme or a trope, but the Karen, the liberal white woman, they're all horrible and part of the problem. And I have a question. So at first, I thought it was a joke, right? I thought it was shtick because the woman had the haircut, was such a bitch, such a no, it's got to be an act, right? It can't be. It couldn't be, right? Here's the kid, the guy, he gets the baseball, he gives it to the kid, the kid's all that, and then he it looked like soap opera acting. It was pretty poor, and you're like, ooh. And here she is coming up, the cameras are on him, and then the little thing happens, the event, and she nags him, and he's a pussy, and he kowtows and says, "Get the fuck out of here." She should have done, but don't worry, son. Your dad's known for being a coward the rest of your life. I'm like, no, because it was too on the nose, right? Her hair, middle-aged white gal. It's got to be a plant. And then not only did it not go away, or did it get exposed to be a thing like a scam or a skit? Exactly. How do you hit a home run ball right exactly where Karen and the other actors are waiting? And I was like, oh, that was real. That wasn't an act. That was a real human being, which then behooves the question, like, okay, all the shame, all the embarrassment, all the despicable behavior of Karens, and then the haircut of the celebrity actress that had it, what, 6-7 years ago? This is not a new concept. I'm thinking, well, I have a friend named Karen, and she kind of is upset about it now a little bit. I mean, she's not going to change your name, but you would think with that stereotype and the shame and the horrible behavior and how everyone detests Karens, you would think women would not have that haircut, right? Women would not have the glasses. Women, no matter what the personality is, I will not live up to the stereotype. Or middle-aged white women who are entitled to the world type of attitude. They know, like, wait a minute, especially with phones, I don't want to be a Karen. No, it. And here comes the most Karen, like the poster child made in a lab Karen. And I'm like, how does she still exist? In theory, the Karens aren't that dumb. I don't think they're idiots. So they got to have some self-awareness, right? I also credit evil people with having higher intelligence. I don't know if that's true. It just seems to me evil people have a higher intelligence. Like criminal mastermind, the Joker, very smart guy. So how is it she's still how are there naturally forming Karens in the natural world today in 2025? And the only way I could figure out how someone would still be a Karen with the haircut and like waking up, they have got to live in such a bubble and people hate them or they're so afraid of them. No one tells them, hey, you look like a Karen. Like, okay, let's say my old mom came up, says, what do you think of my haircut? And it was a Karen. I'm like, Ma, you ain't a Karen. Well, she's too old to be a Karen anyway. I like, Ma, that's a Karen haircut. You can't have that. Like, I would intervene. I like, no, you can't have that. Mom, you can't do that. No. Well, what? I already got a cut. Well, you better get a wig or something, Mom, because there's this group of people out there called Karens. You don't want to become them. So obviously, in this woman's life, no one told her, which means either they're equally naive or ignorant of the real world. And there's three possible reasons. Everyone around her is ignorant of the real world. Or two, she's such a bitch. Everyone's afraid or not, they don't want to bother dealing with critiquing her because she would never listen. Or three, and I think 3 and 2 are the combination. Both are possible. People know she's just a vile human being. Why would I tell her, right? Remember the kid who said, oh, well, this is when Trump got elected the first time. He was like, how you holding up after the Trump election? Assuming I was a Democrat. And I'm like, oh, what do you make? Are you going to go to college? Yeah. What are you going to study? Theater. I'm like, oh, buddy, you better go get a PhD at least in that, man. It's really hard to get a job in theater. Wonder if he did, because that was quite some time. Yeah, it was 8 years ago. I wonder if he did get his PhD in theater. Like, if you really want to fuck someone up, you let them keep doing their mistakes. Oh, yeah, be fat, loud, proud, and in charge, or large and in charge, and noisy. Be combative, be loud, be entitled, be arrogant. Oh, yeah, you totally are oppressed. Yeah, you totally have a mental disorder. Here's some drugs, right? You really want to screw someone up, you just let them keep on being them because, man, I mean, now, obviously her life is hell. I bet you changed your haircut now, didn't you, Karen? I bet you got a wig. Oh, that secret can't hold for long, right? People know who she is. Yeah, Amy went to the Philly. That was her. I mean, her face is plastered all over the internet now, right? We'll find out. We'll find out. But how, lady? Does no one love you? You're unlovable. That's true. But does no one love you? Does no one care about you? Have you made it impossible to be cared for that says, hey, you're screwing up here. That's a horrendous haircut. You don't want to be a Karen, do you? I guess the privilege and the money and the inheritance or the trust fund or don't offend. Oh my God, never critique anyone. No matter how constructively critical, we got this phenomenon called Karens. No matter how much we've mocked and ridiculed them and shamed them and made them lampoon them. So how much videos are out there of them being horrible? I guess some people live perpetually in Edina. I guess reality never breaks. Is there a shield around Edina? Is there a shield around Winnetka? Is that where no one breaks it? Is there a shield around Whitefish Bay? Nothing in the real world can pierce it. And then they still come out, they walk out of their little bubble like, I can act like an insufferable bitch, not even knowing they're acting like an insufferable bitch. Oh, I don't know. But man, that's my question. I'm not fishing for comment. I'm curious, how the fuck do you think Karens are still forming in the wild? Don't you think 3 years ago, every woman with that haircut, I'm growing my hair out. This Karen, I am not going to act like a Karen. I guess shame doesn't work on some people. I guess, I don't know, some psychologist out there, though I don't trust your profession at all. Maybe there's a mental disorder, like where you're so unattuned to the real world and I know, maybe narcissism or whatever. But I'm real curious how are you a thing in 2025? I don't know, maybe now we'll never have to see your stupid fucking haircuts, ladies. No super chats, no notification. Yeah, well, it's, uh, there's no, no speculation in the chat room. All right, maybe there'll be some in the comments section. All right, see you guys later, Toodles.